Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is Wednesday. Indeed. I have a couple things to talk about, most of which I just thought of just before the webcam came on, so hopefully I can remember them. One of which is, I never really heard of Etika before, but he's been found dead, and that's like awful. And he was really bullied on Twitter and stuff, made fun of, and that didn't help with his mental issues, and now he's gone, and that's really, really sad. I don't know what more to say past that, because I never really watched his stuff, but anybody, it's not good. I mean, I'm not one of those that says that, you know, ending your life is something that should never be done. I am not one of those that says, you know, better any life than no life at all. I feel that if you feel that you need to leave, then it's your choice. You need to leave. But still, when it's your choice, like informed consent, and when your mind is depressed in bad places, you cannot think clearly. And so it's not informed consent. And so he was not in a proper frame of mind, and that's what makes it really tragic. You can't think clearly when you were in the wrong head state, and he was in the wrong head state, and now he can't walk back from that decision he made. I'm not going to blame him. I mean, I wasn't in his head, so I don't know, but it's tragic. Not a thumbs up, definitely not. But on less depressing things, moderately, in December of this year, they're re-releasing Koch Media, the C64, Commodore 64. It is going to be the Commodore 64, except it's going to have some amazing things. It's going to have a full working keyboard, an old Commodore 64 actual keyboard. It's going to have the old Commodore 64 RAM, 4 kilobytes of RAM. It's going to have the old C64 BASIC. Not only that, it's got a VIC-20 compatibility mode. You can basically turn it into a VIC-20. A VIC-20 came out before the C64. It had 2 kilobytes of RAM, out of which half of that went to the operating system. So it was very, very primitive. I mean, the C64, sure, it had 4 kilobytes of RAM. Half of that went to the operating system. You had 39K to write your programs with. Woof. But they're re-releasing it. It's going to have C64 games. It's going to have 64 built-in games. It's going to have the full keyboard. It's going to have the VIC-20 mode. And I think it's funny as heck because they advertise it's going to have the quality of life, modern quality of life stuff attached to it. They advertise stunning HD graphics while showing old C64 game footage. There is no difference. There is no HD mode. That was back in the 8-bit days. So I'm looking forward to that. Am I going to be able to afford it? Not unless something changes. I mean, I'm at the point right now where I'm almost done eating. I bought 2 bags of potatoes to last this month and 2 containers of salsa, butter-like substance, and some cheese. I'm 2/3 of the way through my second bag of potatoes. I don't even think it's going to last till the end of the month. I got to really Google and find out things because this is getting bad. I mean, I was down to just potatoes this month and I'm almost done. And when they're done, I don't have anything. So, yay. I know there's a food bank. I got to get back into the system. My issue is You have to stand in line and then move through the line. That's longer than I can stand. And I don't have a walker to sit in anymore. I don't need a walker to walk. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. You also have to take your own boxes, so you got to get a box. Thumbs up. So I got to get into the system. I got to figure out how I can do it so I can stand, because it's a good hour and some to go through the line because you got to wait. Yay. So I'm going to be Googling like veterans, housing assistance, and stuff like that. My Google Foo is very poor, so I'm going to do my best. And veterans, food help. And there's like a 211 service that apparently will help with that. Like I was Twitter talking with somebody down in Tennessee where he's my age, he's got more physical type issues in some cases. I mean, like he needs knee surgery and such. But he lives in subsidized housing, and he pays like 200 and some odd bucks for his housing, and it's good housing, not horrible. And he has like Meals on Wheels and all sorts of food options. And so he's saying, you know, use your Google stuff. Google, you know, food help, all this, that, and the other. You know, use 211. Try that. We have a 211 service, so I just need to call them up and talk to them, because I tried to go over their website to get a cell phone, and you need documents that I don't have. So I got to talk to them on the phone and hopefully get a cell phone. As well as some form of assistance for like food and maybe housing if there is anything. I don't know. I've called many times over. There's this one veterans hub in Olympia, and the one person that does housing there is never there when I call. So yay. But it's got to change, because I get closer and closer to minus 500 every month, which means, you know, that's take 500 off the top of my disability when it comes in, and then I don't have enough to pay the rent, which means I go close to negative 500 again, and I stay that way. So it's chunked that direction when it needs to go back up in this direction, and I don't know how to do that, and it's getting worse and worse slowly over time. I'm sinking, so yay. I'd like to figure out some way that I can at least supplement my social security so that I don't like get homeless and die, because I need my sleep mask. I have sleep apnea. I don't breathe when I fall asleep. Not all the time, not for huge lengths of time, but each time I stop breathing, it puts a strain on my heart, brain, rest of my organs. And that's not good. That's just another straw on the camel's back. Sure, each individual piece of straw is not very heavy, but you put 1,000 of them on there, and yeah, that camel's back is going to break. I was going walkies just the other night after I fell asleep in here in my chair because it was warm. My atria and my heart were misfiring like crazy the first half of the walk. Very unpleasant. Not frightening. I'm used to it, and it hasn't killed me yet. And there was one time before I even knew I had sleep apnea, and this is why it's really bad, because I had sleep apnea for a good 10 years without realizing I had it, if not longer. So I've done a lot of damage to my system before I realized I had it. Yay. But I went through a period where for 12 hours my atria skipped and misfired every other beat of my heart for 12 solid hours. Now when I fall asleep in my chair, because it's just, you know, maybe an hour that I'll fall asleep, and then my head hurts, of course, because it's dangling, but my heart will only skip a few times. Like maybe only 10 or 12 on a bad time that I catch. So that's better than, you know, 10 or 12 times in 2 minutes. But that's more pieces of straw. And one day, if I have to sleep on the street, they're just going to find me cold and stiff because my heart gave out. And I don't want that to happen. So I gotta find something, and like I say, I'm trying to figure out ways. I've got ideas for merch, but I can't even advertise stuff, because if I do make merch, I can't even afford to buy the stuff to say, hey, buy one of my shirts, because I can't. I don't have enough money. If I wanted to make those posters I've talked about, you know, it's like with my pictures, you know, like goofy stuff, and then reimagined with other people, I'd have to tell people about it and hope that they went to the website, because I can't even afford to purchase one myself to show off. Thumbs up! So I'm trying desperately to figure out how to make money on YouTube while, well, the internet, not just YouTube. I need to figure out something. Because, you know, when you follow on Social Blade, one of the various sites, I watch that one to watch, you know, what's going on with my site. And I thought my free fall had ended for a while, because I've been just shedding subscribers. I haven't gained anybody. I've lost hundreds. My views are tanking. My subscriptions are tanking. So, yay. I do need to do something somehow if I want to make money and not die, but I don't know what to do. Like I say, my Google foo is very poor. I don't even know the questions to ask so that I can start Googling for answers. So if I go dark, it's because I'm out on the street and dying. Yay! Aside from those days when, like, my housemates haven't paid the bills again and they shut off the internet. Which has happened a few times. So yay. Also, as a really quick aside, if you don't like something, that just means that you don't like something. And I am as guilty of this as well. There are people in comments that say, you need to take the dog collar off. It just looks bad. Now, 90% of the comments I get say, that looks awesome. So 9 comments I'll get that say, that looks wonderful. Thank you. The equivalent, not thank you, but that looks wonderful and nice choker and stuff like that. The 10th comment will be, take that off, it looks bad. And the thing is, just because you think something looks bad doesn't mean it is. It just means you don't like it. After all, I mean, like I said, I'm guilty of this too. I talk about how, and this is why I cut my hair again. Thin hair, if you're a man, and your hair is long, I think it looks terrible. Especially if, like, you've got a big bald spot here, but you're on your fringe, it's shoulder length or more. I think it looks terrible. I think those people need to make some different life choices. That just means I don't like it. For the longest time, I can't imagine what he looks like now. This was decades ago. The lead singer for the group Scorpions was like that. Big bald spot. Shoulder length, thinning hair. Obviously, it may not have been right like this, but he liked the look. When he looked in the mirror, he didn't see a picture that said, I need to make different life choices. He looked at the image in the mirror and went, you know what? I am rocking this look. I am rocking this. This looks good. And then goes out into the day. So who's right? Well, both of us and neither of us. I mean, every single person's going to have a different opinion. If you don't like something, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you don't like it. So for those people that say you need to take the collars off because they look bad, they do. To you. To you, I imagine they look terrible. They probably make me look awful. But to me, and to those other 9 people, it looks great. Who's right? Who's wrong? All of us. At the same time. As a quick aside, people also say you need to talk, you know, it's like you need to take that off. It looks like a weird sex thing. It's like, that's in your mind. Now, I wear it because I think they look punk. Plus, on the other hand, how do you know I'm not submissive? I couldn't be a dominant. I couldn't dom on anybody. I mean, I'm too empathetic. So, but I'm not going to say I am, because I'm not. If I was, I would be what would be known as a Sam, a smart-ass masochist, because I can't keep my mouth shut and I say inappropriate things, even knowing that I'm going to get in trouble just because they're inappropriate. But I'm not. But I probably would be if I was. But you never know. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I am not reading the comments right now. I read them afterward. I thumbs up each one. I do answer as many as I can, but for right now I'm thanking you for having left a comment. A good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment. Thank you very much for having left one. It is a range of 20 to 25, because even though I count American Sign Language with my fibro and depression, as you just saw. And if I mispronounce the username, my sincere apologies. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. So let me call on my crone. And we have Ice Damon, greatly appreciated, and Sexy Jaylyn Jones 11. There's another 10 Sexy Jaylyn Jones. Is the world ready? Nicholas Philippe, who has unfortunately lost their internet at home. I'm very sorry. As viewer, what it looks like a bunch of Japanese characters. Thank you very much. Knave, greatly appreciated. Morning Star. I like that as a medieval weapon. It was when I played D&D and all that. That was my weapon, because you can crush skulls really easy with that. Speedy Gamer, greatly appreciated. Carbon-based life form. The best kind of life form to be, in my opinion. But then I am biased. I'm a carbon-based life form myself. And we have Gisela Cristina, thank you very, very much. Alejandro Solis, thumbs up and thank you. Eduardo Parisio, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very much. Zombie Wolf, good to see you in the comments. Lolbit Plays, thumbs up and thank you. Turtle Mate, thumbs up. Puerto01, thumbs up and thank you very much. And Sebastian Ferris, good morning. And Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Yeah, and the next time I record Minecraft, we're going out at night so that we can see the lit up fountain. And then we have Michael Stevens, greatly appreciated, and Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you very much. We have Nancy Sweeney, greatly appreciated, and Peter Larson Keck, thumbs up and thank you. Hollow Games, thank you for the advice, very, very much. I need to remember to use those. Birdman 5150, thumbs up and thank you. And we have SYNTIY, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you so very, very much. I have social anxieties. I am isolated and alone. So far, not really lonely, so that's good. I'm not isolated. I am alone but not lonely. I am separated but not isolated. So there's the difference. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become, there we got the timing right, become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated, and make sure to hit that bell, otherwise YouTube isn't going to let you know when my videos come out. Yay. But I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you do, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now to literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, shuckle my duckle. I don't really have a whole lot more to say. I know that a lot of my comments back here all have shifted from always being positive and having a happy, friendly message to being dark like this. It's not because of my mental state, it's because my sense of humor. I have a very dark sense of humor, a very negative sense of humor, and I like really dark things. I still, as horrible as it is, death is humor. Fictional death, not real death. Death as humor is something that bothers me, and I do it. So, but I have this video you're watching, another one coming up, and then a third one after that. Hopefully another weird thing coming up. I got plenty of ideas. I just need the energy. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. I'm so sorry my brain is barely functioning.